high school rules, it's not an automatic first down. They had more than 15 yards to go, so they still would have been short. So either way, you know, that's a good play by Adam. It's a good, I don't even say it's a gamble. He did a nice job. He wasn't even close to the interference there. And, you know, again, a play where they're trying to just get a quick slant, maybe run for the first down.
Keep an eye on D-Bart. He told me today he's due. He's had a dry spell slump. He hasn't had an interception in a while. Here's Schultz fielding at the 50, and he falls on it right there. So the ball will rest right at midfield as the Cougars will take possession with 3:59 to play in the first half. And Dakota leading at 14-0 here on Homecoming 99, October 1st. Glad you could join us here on the Chippewa Channel. A huge crowd here at Chippewa Valley Stadium. And let's see if the Cougars can give them something to cheer about here going into halftime. Todd turns and hands to Sasson, who fumbles. Looks as if Paul got it back. No, wind the clock. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, again, we're going to work on the little clock management here. You know, we got a little lucky there. I mean, that ball never really even got into Paul. Right, we could see it right from up here. It was being bobbled right away, but we covered up. Clock keeps running. And again, hopefully we'll get a couple first downs. And, you know, we don't even have to go touchdown. Henderson's got a good leg. We can even be looking to get a field goal before halftime.
Split backs now for Todd. Quick set. Throws inside for Anderson. Sam hangs on to this one. And he'll be whistled down. His knee hit at about the 42. Sam with a tough catch there in traffic brings up 3rd down and 2.
You know, and you know, like we had said earlier, more times than not, Sam's going to come up with the ball. That catch was a whole heck of a lot harder than the one that he dropped. You know, so it's a funny game, and he took a pretty good hit right to the face. You know, but he was able to pop right back up, and now we've got a little short yardage on 3rd down.
Sam had a solid game in his last outing against Grosse Pointe South. 5 catches, 61 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
42.
3rd and 2 now from the 42-yard line. Wojciechowski with a little sprint out to the left. Throws it outside. Sam couldn't quite come up with that one. Ball thrown a little bit short. Had Sam open, had some separation out there, but just couldn't quite pull it off. It'll bring up 4th down and short.
That's too bad because the defender had actually slipped. If we get the ball up a little bit, Anderson might even be able to run with it. And I'm not sold that he did not catch that ball, but the official was, you got to understand, the official was behind Anderson, so he didn't get as good a view maybe as we did. But again, we're a little biased, and you know, we want him to catch it. So, but it was a good effort.
Harslow just barely gets that punt away. This one's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So that's where Utica will get it back now on their own 17 with 2:24 to play in the half. Remember, the Boosters Craft Show is coming up. The Dakota Boosters will host their 4th annual Holiday Craft Show on Saturday, October 9th at Dakota High School. The show will run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Admission is $2. The Boosters do request that visitors refrain from bringing strollers to the craft show. They're expecting a big crowd. Once again, the Dakota Boosters Craft Show. I'm trying to go too fast here as Utica gets ready to play. Saturday, October 9th, 10 to 4. 1st and 10, Utica. Big hole there for Figueroa. Out over the 30 to about the 34. Big pickup there for the Chieftains on 1st down, and a team that has a reputation for being a throwing team. They've had pretty good success on the ground tonight.
Yeah, they haven't really done much in the air. You know, of course, they always have that weapon, but you know, right now they are moving the ball a little bit better on the ground than they haven't had much success. Our defensive backfield's been doing a nice job.
1st and 10 now from the 34. Leach. Handoff. Figueroa again. Short gain this time. Just out over the 37. Fender and Hong were in on that stop. Clock running now with 1:40 to play, and Utica seeming to be in no big hurry.
Yeah, I would venture to say they're going to, I mean, obviously they want to score, but I don't think we're going to get the ball back offensively. You know, I guess if they don't, they're better off going in 14-0 than maybe something else, 17 or 21. So I'm sure they're going to run a few plays deep.
Here's play action from Leach, and he's going deep. That pass is incomplete, intended out there for number 2, Mike Longo. Pretty tight coverage there by Kirk Kalashevsky.
Kalashevsky running with him stride for stride, and the pass was maybe just a little bit to the sideline. If the receiver runs up right up the sideline, that's probably an excellent pass, but he kind of drifted into the middle, towards the middle of the field, and that put the pass behind the receiver, and he wasn't able to, you know, reach back and catch it.
3rd down and 6 now here for Utica. So if the Cougars can come up with a stop here, they perhaps could get the ball back. Leach brings the team to the line. 3 wide out set. Straight drop. Looking outside for Wilson. He's got it. LaPiccolo knocks him out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. So that'll stop the clock now with 1:05 to play. Utica facing a 4th down. Good play there by the defense, knocking him out of bounds. Kalashevsky was over there as well.
Yeah, it's a call that, we talked about their speed, but I don't think that young man is one of the ones we were talking about when we said they have team speed. You're going to see right here, we're going to go for the block. We're going to go for the block right here with 1:05 to go, because even if we rough the kicker, we feel we're going to stop them. So we're going to rush all 10 guys to see if we can get a hand on this ball.
Cougars came up with a block last week against South. Here comes the rush. Got it away. And didn't touch Leach. Schultz, the lone wolf back there, fields at the 30 and goes down just beyond the 30. So that's where the Cougars will set up. 57 seconds to go in the half. Looking to build on a 14-0 lead here shortly before the intermission. So the Cougars come out here, and in this 2-minute situation, Cougars have had some pretty good success this year in the 2-minute drill. We'll see what they can do here. Henderson's long on the year is 39 yards, which would mean you'd have to get to the 22. Rollout pass intended for Brett. Little contact out there with number 9, Nick Kamati. Kamati, apparently the pronunciation on that name there. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, nice little rollout. If it's open, Todd can run. If Brett's open, he throws, which he decided to do. But the field, again, I think it's at that point right now where the dew is kind of getting on the ground. We saw Schultz slip. We saw Todd kind of slip on setting up there. So we'll see what G's got in store for us right here on 2nd and 10.
4 wide set, handoff straight ahead to Sasson. He's got some running room, bounces it outside, looking for a block from Reeling, cuts it inside, gets it out to the 49, and the Cougars will call timeout. And now they can go to work. 42 seconds to go with half the field to work with, and another great run there by Sasson.
Yeah, once again, we're not necessarily looking for 52 yards. We're looking if we can get somewhere down by the 15 to 20 yard line, we start getting into Henderson's range. I don't know exactly. I know what the school record that he set earlier was a 39-yard field goal against Sterling Heights. So we know he has at least that much leg. So a 40-yard field goal, I think we need to be where? About the 25, 22-yard line for that to happen. So, we'll try a field goal. If we get to the 25-yard line, I'm sure Coach G, if we're down to our last down, he will call on Henderson to see if he can put one through the uprights.
Well, Henderson was booming some long ones during pregame warm-ups. He was giving it a scare from 45. But the Cougars first will try and put it in the end zone. Set up on their own 49, trips out to the left once again. On 1st and 10, Todd back to pass. Gets good protection, throws deep. And it is incomplete, broken up out there by Longo. Or excuse me, that was number 4, Eddie Hurth. Dave Reeling was the man out there, incomplete, 2nd down and 10. And go for a big chunky yardage there and come up empty, but still 2nd and 10, 36 seconds to go.
Well, we actually got a little lucky because Hurth, he very easily could have picked that one off. You know, it doesn't hurt us down there. I mean, you know, they're going to be on the inside the 10, but, you know, we got a little lucky. We were able to run a couple more plays here, and again, we may see something a little bit shorter now, just see if we can get in field goal range.
Todd, straight drop, looks to his right, now scrambles out to his left. He's under heavy pressure now. He'll tuck it in, cross the 50, and get down to the 45, and that's where he'll go out of bounds to stop the clock again with 26 seconds to go. Well, actually, he didn't get quite to the 45. We'll call it the 47. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I look for something, you know, over the middle. We still have a timeout left. If we can hit something over the middle to Anderson, Reeling, Brett, somebody, you know, even if we don't get enough yardage on this play, we still have that one timeout left. So they're probably going to guard deep and to the sideline. They probably want us to throw to the middle.
I don't know why it looks like it's 30.
Wojciechowski back to pass. Looking out to his right. Flag on the play. And he is driven out of bounds inside the 45. There's two flags on the play. One on the far sideline, one on the near sideline. So with 17 seconds to go here, we'll wait for the signal.
Well, I got a pretty good idea what it's going to be. Well, I think Sam's got the wrong idea that